Good morning. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. And today, my good friend Sarah Matson is with me. It's going to be awesome. So you do not want to miss it. Make sure you share this out. Tag your friends. Let them know we're on. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, the Alzheimer's Association, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, Networking for Students by D. Scott Smith, and Linktree Media Group. For more information on the Alzheimer's Association and how to give to this amazing organization on the fight against Alzheimer's, go to alz.org. And for more information on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer and how they support families and individuals going through cancer, go to perspectivesoncancer.com.
Networking for Students, now available on Amazon, dscottsmith.com/students. Order a copy for your student or the graduate in your life.
And for more information on Linktree Media Group and their media services, go to linkedinmediagroup.com. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Whatever time it is, wherever you are, I want to welcome you today, and I'm so thankful that you're here with us. You know, morning is my time, so this is when I shine, and this is when I have tons of energy. So I am so thankful to be here with you today. That's why I love to live stream in the mornings several times a week. So glad to be with you guys today, and such a blessing this community is. I am just so overwhelmed and blessed every day. And yes, I did get amazing news, praising God, that my oncologist told me no sign of disease. There was no sign of cancer in my latest PET scan and MRI. So all of you that have been praying for me, I just want to thank you. What a blessing that is. Keep praying. There's other health issues that I have to deal with, but the big one, so thankful to God for that and feeling better. So God is good. So anyway, moving on with today's show, and I'm really, really excited. Remember, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. That's right. After we go live, then guess what? It sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days. So you go back, you can watch this forever. And that's a reason why you want to subscribe to our YouTube page. And I'm just going to put that up right now and jump right to it. You want to subscribe to YouTube. Why? Because you get access to all of the amazing live streams, going on thousands of live streams, along with great, fun marketing tips and fun things with my cat. And so anyway, you're going to love that. And if you go back a ways, Maddie, who is no longer with us, my beagle, great, amazing videos with Maddie as well. So anyway, those are just fun things. But anyway, just go to marketingwithruss.live. That's it, marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of this show, you get to my YouTube page. There you go. So anyway, and also I want to tell you that after all of this goes live, after you can get it on video podcast, there is still more. It converts to audio podcasts. You can go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can listen to it on your way to work, as you're getting ready to work, as you're jogging, as you're cooking dinner, whatever you like to do, whenever your favorite time to listen to podcasts is. So love that. And if you would please comment, engage, like, share, all of that, no matter what your favorite platform is, that would be so, so great. I would just appreciate that so much. Thank you for doing that. So I want to tell you, what is Marketing with Russ all about? Well, it's all about how amazing people connect. And today, Sarah is one of those amazing people. We met through networking and connecting, and she is a great person. She'll tell you more about that. But this is what the show is all about. And in people in all different walks of life, all different industries, because I'm a true believer that marketing and a marketing plan, the basis of that is connection and community building, coming together, connecting. Same thing with life in general. Connection and community building is the foundation for life, but especially when you're looking at your marketing or your business, that is where the gold nuggets are, I'm telling you. So today, I just want to tell you that connect and build community, and you can do that right in the comments while you're listening today. Engage, engage, engage. So I love to connect, of course. So go to russhedge.com. If you know my name, put a .com on there. You're all good to go. russhedge.com is a place to go. Love to have you be part of my community. And when you go to russhedge.com, there's so much there. There's free stuff, and you can download information on how to connect and build community. Also, you can, by doing that, you get part of my free newsletter every morning, which is just an uplifting little email every morning. And so there's so much ways to connect on there as well. All the social medias, my email, my phone number, you can even schedule time directly on my calendar. So you can do all of that at russhedge.com. So much. Learn about my cancer journey, learn about what I do, my inspirational speaking, my marketing coaching, all of that. So I'd love to have you go there. And that is so great. So also want to remind you one more time, don't forget YouTube, simple, marketingwithruss.live. That's how you subscribe. You can open a separate tab and do it right now. Do it before Sarah gets in here. And thank you also for sharing, tagging your friends. You know, there is so much going on in our world, and people forget or they don't even know about it. And so this way it reminds them, hey, you know what? I think you should really tap into the show today. It's going to be a blessing for you. So I would appreciate it if you share and tag your friends. Thank you so much. All right. Last but not least, well, almost last, behind me, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my first original book, along with my 4 anthologies, are all available at, believe it or not, at russhedge.com. But they're also available on Amazon. I'd love for you to get a copy of those. If you want to get my first book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, will help you live a life of purpose, good mindset, good perspective. So many great things in there. But guess what? It's very exciting. Very exciting. I've got multiple pictures of this, but here we go. I got my first proof copy. Life Happens and Then You Choose, my new book. Very, very excited. It's coming out on November 3rd. If you want to learn to live the life you choose through all the challenges and things in life, you can get a copy of that book today. I would really appreciate it because it's going to help you. And again, it's out November 3rd. There's another picture of it. Ta-da! And yes, I'm very excited about that coming out. So look for that. We'll have 2 live stream shows, a Marketing with Russ on the 3rd at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and a Russ Reels Live at 4 p.m. on the 3rd, where friends are invited to come in and just give a big whoop whoop about the release of the book. It's going to be a lot of fun promoting things that day, and the book will be free that day on Amazon. So you want to definitely tap in, get the ebook that day, and then you can order a copy of the paperback or whatever. And I'd love to be able to get one of those signed to you as well. And so reach out to me if you want more information on that, and that would be so great. And the very last thing we do here, now I'm to the last thing, marketing tip of the day. All right. So we do this, it's cut out and puts on YouTube Shorts and social media separately as the marketing tip of the day. This is little nuggets to help you in all that you're doing, to encourage you, inspire you, lift you up, and really get you pointed in the right direction. So are you ready? All right, here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. Keep your power. That's right. Keep your power. You know what? So many people give away their power. What do I mean by that? You have the power of choice. You have the power over your perspective, how you look at life. You have the power over where you go and what you do, no matter what is happening. Like I say, life happens and then you choose. It's happening. I get that. I know you don't have choice over what happens to you, but you do have a choice over what happens after that. And life is really happening for you, not to you, as Ed Milet would say. So remember that as life is happening for you, sometimes it's to learn and grow and to be taught lessons. Other times it's to redirect you in another direction. But if you have the power to do that, don't give others the power over your schedule. Don't get other power over your choices. I always say, don't let people should all over you. If they're saying you should do this, you should do that, you know what? Maybe not. You should be doing what is good for you. And just because a lot of people have good advice and help doesn't mean you don't make your own choices. So today, keep your power. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. We're done. We got it all out there. So it'll be cut out separately. Please like and share that. I appreciate it. Get Sarah in the room, and here she comes. Hey, Sarah.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Russ.
Oh, what a blessing. I'm so glad to have you on. It's been a while. I've already talked to you about having you on, and we finally got you here, finally corralled you. So I'm
True.
so glad you're here. So let's start off with the basics. So you and I know each other from the same part of the world. We get to see each other at meetings in person, and that is such a blessing. And but tell everybody, who is Sarah Matson? What in the world are you up to?
What a good question. Where in the world am I up to? So my name's Sarah Matson. I'm a master practitioner in neurolinguistic programming, which is the language of the subconscious mind. So I help people get to the deep roots of what is troubling them, what they're filtering their life through, what's holding them back. And I see one-on-one clients, but I also create massive transformation and destination retreats. So we're coming up on our 50th retreat as a company. I'm really excited about that. And we've got a whole bunch of wonderful things planned for next year too. So I'm a healer. I'm a mom to a wonderful 12-year-old kiddo, wife of 19 years to Kurt. So coming up on that anniversary. And gosh, we are just so blessed to live this life and so blessed to
Yeah.
be able to impact healing in people and so blessed to go on the adventures that I get to go on and really feel like I'm on the path that God called me to. And it's really exciting to be here. So that's a little about me.
That is so awesome. I mean, it's so important to be on the path that God called you to because our God-given purpose really is where we need to be, what our talents are in, what our passion is in. I love what you talked about, diving a little deeper into seeing what's going on in people's minds, what's troubling them, what's causing issues. I always say that we always take us to work. So we can't really, people say, well, I just completely divide my personal life and my business. Well, you can't do that. I mean, I understand some activities you can separate. I get that. But you take you to work. So if you're having troubles in your family, in your life, in your health, whatever, you take that with you. And there's deeper seated things in all of us that we need just for life in general, but definitely when it comes to our business as well. Talk a little bit more about that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So 98% of behavior is subconscious, and we learn emotions, we learn our responses to things mostly before 7. So our parents did the best they could with the tools they had. And because of that, good, bad, and ugly, maybe we don't have the greatest relationship with love, right? Maybe we don't know how to receive love. Maybe we don't know how to give love healthfully. And that shows up, right? It's like, oh, your partner, your husband, your spouse didn't do the dishes, and all of a sudden you're unreasonably mad. Well, maybe there was a point where, you got in trouble when you were a kid for not doing dishes. So there's this hurt, right? This unhealed hurt. And then you're reacting in a way that's maybe outside of your character. You're not even sure why. So that's a small example, but I'm sure we can both think of others where the situation happens and we have this emotional response, but we're kind of running on these autopilot programs. And until we really clear up that trauma from our childhood, that trauma from past relationships, etc., we're going to keep on those behaviors, right? We're going to keep on that path. So I really help my clients go back to that first time they experience that negative emotion, and really clear that up so that they can choose, right? You talked about it, having choice in how you show up in life, having choice in how you respond to the waves of life, right? Having
Right.
choice within your own body and your own mind and how you feel, right? Like I love that good percentage of the time I'm feeling good, right? Like I'm feeling
Yeah.
peaceful, I'm feeling excited to be here,
And
but
you
it
can
wasn't always
tell,
that way. It was not always that way for me.
right? Well, you can definitely tell with you. And you know what, it is definitely a choice. I've had a couple friends make comments, and this is how I feel most all the time. That is pretty much me. I am pretty much happy, actually, at least joyful. And, there's a big difference between joy and happiness, because joy is really a choice where we're going. I always feel like the joy of the Lord is my choice. Sometimes, yes, there are situations where we're not always happy. I have to admit that. But you know what? That is what I aspire to all the time, is just leading that. And I think that I love what you said, when you feel like something is off, and there's something going on, you need someone's help like yourself to really dive in and take a look at things, because we have gigantic blind spots, don't we? Gigantic blind spots and not seeing what's going on. Talk about that.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's so true. So humans just are in our base nature, we paint ourselves as the hero, right? If we all experience a certain event, we're all going to remember it um like as ourselves being in the best light, if that makes sense, right? Like
Yes.
we're all going to remember it with ourselves that are in favor in some way. And so we can really be blind to our own shortcomings, our own failures. And by failures, I just mean where we failed ourselves, right? Because it really is about us at the end of the day. A lot of my clients will start with like, oh, I really want, a romantic partner. I really want the job of my dreams. Like, well, no, let's start with you. Let's see what we can clear up within so that you're showing up as your highest self, right? You're showing up the way that you want to, right? Like Russ and I both want to be joyful, right? And we are joyful. And when you show up in that way, right? Clearing out the junk of the past, you're going to attract those things you want because that's the energy you're putting out, right? And when I see that shift in my clients, right? When I see that shift as we work together, and they are able to attract and create the life they want, that's the magic in it, right? Like I had a client approach me yesterday and say, just out of the blue, we just saw each other in passing, and she said, Sarah, like you started me on the journey to like heal my inner child. And then now I'm crying, right? Because I'm so touched. But that's why I do what I do. And that's I know why you do what you do, right? To see those big transformations in people and to see them start this whole new path in life and really get down to what's holding them back and let all that go because we don't need to carry that stuff. We don't
Right.
need to carry it. It just holds us back.
No,
It just weighs us
no.
down. So,
Well, and that is where your power comes in, that I talked about today. I am all about the power of perspective.
mm,
And it's how we look at things. And when you are having troubles with past issues, deep seated challenges, current things going on in your life that are really derailing you, it's a good share of the time because of the perspective you have on life, I think, because if you realize, like you said, you just hit it the nail on the head. Life is a journey. There's things we got to go through, right? It's just the way that it goes. And we need to figure out how to travel through those things to get to the other side. But I believe there's always hope on the other side. There's always brighter days on the other side of the rainbow, right? There's things ahead that are good. And we find what we look for, right, Sarah? I mean,
we do.
our brain programs itself to send us that direction. Talk more about that.
Right. So, the classic example, right, is if I say look for a red car, everybody that's watching now or later, they're going to notice more red cars today because I planted that seed. So I think it's really important. I think it's very, very important to mind that self-talk. I know so many of us can be so kind and wonderful to the people around us, but then we're incredibly hard on ourselves, right? Critical of ourselves or just beating ourselves up. And I wasn't aware of how critical I was to myself until I started this work and really saw like how many things I would say in my inner monologue that were not kind, right? It was incredibly easy for me to love other people, but I was not turning that love inward because there was a time where love wasn't safe in my life. And so my brain decided, well, love's not safe. So how about we just be really hard on myself and maybe that'll get us where we want to go. But it didn't. And it brought me a lot of anxiety and depression and just fear of the world. And now I know that there's so much power in the words we speak. And I know neuroscience says our brain believes what it hears. So I like to say my affirmations in the present tense because then my brain and my body and everything just catches up to that. Um, so I really believe in the power of affirmations being present, right? We're living into what is there for us. And when our brain hears it in the present, then it's much more apt to create those little action steps that are going to bring that into this reality.
Yeah, no, that is exactly it. And I love that. And so one of my favorite phrases, what you were talking about with the cars, the reticular activator. So when I first learned the name of that, that is just so amazing because it is true, people. When you have something on your brain programs itself and connects synapses. And I'm not a scientist, but I have heard from amazing scientists that it actually programs your brain to look for those things. That is why you see the red Mustangs everywhere when you buy a red Mustang. Suddenly everybody owns one, right? And so those things are amazing. So think about that. Just like Sarah's saying, when you program your mind to think good thoughts and good things and have a good perspective and be looking for the good, you're going to find it a whole lot more, right? It doesn't mean that everything is happy and wonderful all the time, but you're going to have a whole lot more good stuff come your way because you're looking for it, right? One of my favorite phrases, Sarah, is the good news is, so after something horrible happens, we almost get in or somebody bangs into the back of my car, right? And I have to pull over and I look at the other person in the car and I say, well, the good news is we're still alive. The car is still drivable. There's so many good things. It could have been a whole lot worse, right? So even out of bad situations, there is good. And I'm a firm believer that God works all things for the good. So wrap things up for us here today and tell us a little bit, first of all, kind of hone in on really what you don't want people to forget today, kind of what I always call our gold nugget of the discussion, but also just remind people, the power that they have and then tell them if they need help, they can come to you and give us your contact information and all that. All right, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So yes, I think in summary, it's really about minding your mind, and paying attention to who you're spending the most time with. I know this is an old adage, but I feel like it bears repeating, being the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I think to keep that inner circle really motivating and have it be people that keep you accountable, right? Like have those people that are really close to you, building you up and supporting you, is super super important. And setting healthy boundaries, of course. But yeah, really really minding that self talk and turning that love that's so easy to give to others sometimes, turning that inward, right? Looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. Like let me tell you, the first time I did that, it was pretty emotional. So really, really, really turning that outward love inward, minding who you're spending the most time with, and really being willing to go deep and looking at where there are some things that need to be cleaned up is important. Best way to get a hold of me, there's many ways. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at Sarah Matson Community, Sarah with a H, Matson community, all one word. You can email me, matson.sarah@gmail.com. And then my website should be done in about a week. It's getting rebuilt, but it is sarahmatson.com. So I'll make sure Russ has all those links. But I love to hear from you. I love to support clients one on one. I love to do leadership trainings for businesses, really dive into the mind and support businesses as they're growing. And then I also do create retreats for businesses, and I have a huge, huge slate of retreats on my Instagram right now. So please check out what's coming up. And I can't wait to connect with you all, have coffee, talk more, and see how I might be of service.
Yeah, that is so awesome. And by the way, everybody, all of the information is there below Sarah and I, but also in the comments, in the show notes. It's clickable. What does that mean? You can click on it and go straight to her. You don't even have to remember how to spell it. So there you go. Click on that. And then Sarah, if you, yes, please send me the information, but also drop it in the comments when you, because it'll still be sitting there, these feeds. If you could drop it in the comments, people will have that. That would be great. And everybody get in touch with you. I think you said something that I want to highlight before we're done today, and that is I'm a huge fan of positive self-talk. When I get up in the morning, first of all, I smile at myself and I look at myself and I do tell myself it's going to be a great day. Before I get out of bed, I do 3 things every day. I'm thankful, tell myself that I've got this. It's going to be a great day. And today is going to be awesome. And I just check my mindset for the day. And when we do those things and we talk to ourselves, it helps us because so often we're really tearing ourselves down, telling us we were stupid. What were we thinking? I lost Sarah, but she's hopefully going to come back. And so anyway, things happen like that. And so it is really important to talk positively to yourself and to make sure that you're lifting yourself up. That is just critical. So anyway, and Sarah's back. Yay. Anyway, yeah, I was just, so thankful for you, Sarah. Thanks so much for being here today. I appreciate you. And we're going to have you on again in the future because you and I could talk about a lot of things. I love that general quote. I use it in my book and I use it all the time. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's so important, your environment and what you're around to drive you forward. So I love that. And I appreciate you being on today. Everybody could get in contact with Sarah. And again, all of her information is right there. Sarah, I'm going to say goodbye on the screen and send you out to the green room, but hang tight for just a sec. All right.
All right. Thank you, Russ. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you. What a blessing. Oh my goodness. She is just such a blessing. They did some great things to support me in my cancer journey, and she was part of that. And I'm just thankful to her for that. We all have times when we need support. There you go. So great to lift each other up and help each other. That's what community is all about. So, all right. Well, today it's been amazing. It's going to be a wrap. And, we've done it once already, but you know how I gotta love Kermie. Yes, you do. And we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. It sits on the platforms LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube after we're done. So you go back forever on LinkedIn and YouTube and 30 days on Facebook to rewatch it and share, connect, engage, even with people in the comments. And don't forget, this converts to audio podcast on Apple Podcast and Spotify as well. So with that, thanks so much for being here, everybody. Oh, I did forget something. Hang on a sec here. Okay. We are going to get this. Sometimes you click buttons when it's live and it's like, wrong button, Russ. Okay, there we go. So anyway, don't forget, life happens and then you choose. My new book will be out soon. I'm really excited about that. I can't tell you how excited I am. And as I showed you before, I have the first proof copy. Super excited, getting that all ready to go. Also, don't forget that not only are we sponsors supported, and thank you so much to our sponsors, the Alzheimer's Association, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, D. Scott Smith and Networking for Students, and Lincoln Media Group. We are also listener supported. You can click the QR code or go to the link in the comments to give today. That is what helps us keep broadcasting. Thank you to all of you that do support us. Any amount you want on the support is so welcome. And so we're so thankful for that because it keeps us moving, pays production costs and all the things that go into it. And then you get to see amazing people like Sarah, and you get to continue to be able to connect with people through this great community. So thank you for doing that. Don't forget to connect with us on YouTube at marketingwithruss.live. And don't forget, russedge.com is a place to go for me. So really simple stuff. You know my name, you know the name of the show. We're in good shape. So Thanks so much, everybody. Have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, we'll see you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.